Man. These two are having a rough year, man. How ironic is it that the same two that, according to many, and this is allegedly, plotted on Tupac due to the alleged Crip accusations, connections, are now going through it right now. 30-something years later. And it's the same almost accusations. We talk about what Puff, with this documentary that 50 Cent released on Netflix. I watched the whole thing. And let me just be to say, this thing is going to put a bullseye on Puffy's back. Everything from the connections to the murder, the alleged murders, shootouts he had, the people he blackballed, the women he abused, the artists he cheated and robbed. It portrayed him as a manipulator, as an R-word, as a pedo, as a freaky bisexual, cheater, mob boss, woman beater, manipulator. Basically the biggest scum on the earth. And now you have Snoop Dogg, who also having a rough year. We talk about with the Trump thing. He bowed down to the gay agenda. But this thing with Daz is now opening up a different door. And now, you have the big homie Cocaine. Big shout out to Cocaine. And big shout out to Gangsta Chronicle. Those are my guys. He was on there last night. And he claimed that Snoop Dogg did the same to him in regards to his royalties. And we know Cocaine wouldn't lie about stuff like this. But people should know by now that Snoop been on this type of time for years. But people, because he's Snoop Dogg and because people think they could get something out of him, a cosign, a drop, a feature, they turn the blind eye to it. But see, Daz is now like Cassie in the situation. Not saying that Daz is like a chick, but he's bringing new light to this shit that Snoop is going to have to eventually address. But see, the main issue with this is Snoop, from what I've been looking at his interviews and the way he carry himself and when he talks about his peers, he always be trying to little brother these grown ass men. Like you look at the Dub CNN interview, he tried to do it to Warren G, he tried to do it to Daz, he tried to do it to Superfly, he did it to Swoop G in front of his own set. He feels he can do that because he feels that he's the superstar and he was the first to blow up out of Long Beach. And like how he called Crooked Eye a crumb on the table. Like how he called Exhibit a hoe for standing neutral on the Suge beef. Like he has a tendency of down talking people. Now, with this situation with Daz, it's running deeper than that, man. Because I explained this last night. Because if Snoop is trying to pull a power move behind his back and sell Death Row to Universal for billions of dollars, basically cash out, it's a bad look. It's a real bad look, man, because you trying to forge your Daz's signature, allegedly, because Daz wouldn't agree to pretty much the sale. Then you're trying to trademark his Dog Pound name. You're trying to trademark everything. You're trying to take 50-50 from him in publishing so you can maintain control. How you going to talk bad about Suge? How you gonna even talk bad about Easy when, nigga, you doing the same? And not only Cocaine, but a lot of the artists from Doghouse, the East Siders, J.O. Felony at the time. A lot of people had issues with you and your payouts. People been complaining for years about how you've been handling people royalties. Danny Boy even. So you and Puffy are very similar in a lot of ways. Especially when it comes to the finances. And I remember even watching this interview with Joe Cool. Rest in peace to him. He was on Bond First, and he was talking about how Snoop and Diddy, we used to meet up in New York and have secret meetings. Wonder why? Wonder what's the story behind that? So, yeah, man, both Puffy and Snoop is having some bad week. This is like the worst week ever for these two niggas, man. I don't know if it's the ghost of Pac that's haunting them. And, you know what I'm saying? Creating all this type of karma, but it's looking very bad. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, holla.